Hello, welcome to Home Fries. I'm Sam,
I'm Dawson.
and this is a show about Bruce Willis. We were just talking about him off mic.
Wonderful things were being said about Bruce. What is your favorite Bruce Willis movie?
Now, I'm biased because I've never seen Die Hard, which
Wow.
feels like a glaring hole in the oeuvre of Bruce Willis.
Yeah, a tower-sized hole in the filmography of Bruce Willis.
Yeah, and then I also haven't seen Die Hard 2, which I believe is subtitled Die Harder.
Yes. And then there's
Die
Die Hard.
I haven't seen that.
I think that's the third one.
I haven't seen the fourth one or the fifth Die Hard. Haven't seen the sixth one, and I don't think there is a seventh one, but if there is, haven't seen it.
And you haven't seen that?
My
That's
favorite
fair.
Bruce Willis stuff is all in the Shyamalan world.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously, him in Sixth Sense is kind of a, unbelievable performance. It's kind of miraculous in many ways, I think, and just, the fact that that movie is able to work in the way that it does is kind of a feat of both filmmaking, but also just movie star persona from Bruce.
Have you seen
And
it recently?
I just watched it for the first time, a few months
Okay.
ago.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you've heard the twist of it, but it's about how Drake's a pedophile.
Wow. Oh my God, they were ahead of their time. Was Drake... I think Drake was the age that pedophiles would chase him at the time. I don't think that's something he was able to do.
dead people. That's
Yeah.
the joke.
Oh, I see. I see. You're more familiar with Drake's lyricism, poetry, iconography, much more than I. I totally forget that he samples that.
Well, Kendrick was the one who sampled Sixth Sense.
See, I'm so out of the loop.
Man, should this whole podcast be us unfurling the world of hip hop controversies? Because I've got a 10-minute set on Diddy.
10 minutes.
It's quick.
10 minutes. That's actually more than I assumed you would have. That's like more than I would stick around on a Instagram reel for or a TikTok for.
So Bruce Willis, the
Okay.
other M. Night Shyamalan movies he's very good in is the Unbreakable-Verse. Are you familiar with the Unbreakable-Verse, Dawson?
I've only seen Split.
So that's the middle installment. That end credit scene in Split must have been very confusing for you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this whole movie, I liked the movie. It was very cool.
Love Split.
And then at the end of it, secret Bruce
Spoiler
Willis.
alert for Split.
Oh, I'm sorry. A secret Bruce Willis, and I was like, if you had Bruce Willis, why didn't you use him the whole time? And then I found out afterwards that it was a connection.
So I would recommend you watch Unbreakable because it's, I think, one of the great superhero movies. It's led by an incredible performance from Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce Willis. It's very noir-y. It's very, it's a movie about comic books. Not based on any comic books, but it is very
But
much
just
like
yeah.
this world of comic book superheroes. And then it all comes together in Glass, which is a movie I watched, I loved. I went online assuming everyone else would love it, and they had pitchforks sharpening for the movie.
I remember that movie came out and seeing zero good reviews for it, despite the buildup of people being like, because Split was a secret sequel to Unbreakable, or I always want to call it Indestructible.
Glass. It's Unbreakable first. Then,
Yes.
15 years pass. They make
Yes.
Split,
Nice
that's a
one.
secret sequel to Unbreakable, and
Yeah.
then they make Glass, which is a out-of-the-closet sequel to both Unbreakable and Split. And people were so mad, and I was hooting and hollering, my fists shaking in the air. I just hit my head.
I'm so sorry for you. You tend to be the person who enjoys things that other people don't and dislikes things that other people do. So defend yourself, go on the stand. What is good about Glass? I haven't seen it.
But this
it.
will be
So tell me.
a very easy argument then for me if you haven't seen the movie and therefore
I can't
make
fight
a
against you.
counterpoint.
I just want to
So I would
hear
say I mean, I love Old Man Bruce in that movie. I think if we knew what we now know, we would have given him an Oscar nomination because that was the last chance. I think it's something we don't get to see in a lot of the current superhero movies where they don't tend to go to the old man superhero. Like the franchises, they always promise, oh, we'll eventually get there. And then they stop short. They don't quite make it that far. We've seen dozens of Batman movies about an early Batman. We've seen Spider-Man's origins 3 times, but we never get to the point where they're like a grizzled superhero. And I think Bruce Willis does a very good job in the movie of kind of showing what that could look like. Samuel Jackson is Samuel Jackson. He's in a movie. It's going to be a good performance. Yeah. And James McAvoy, if you loved him in Split, he's doing more of that stuff, except because Glass is more of a superhero movie, is less tied to kind of the horror elements of Split. Yeah. He's getting to have a little bit more fun in it, which is, some people like that, some people don't like that. But I personally, fan of both types of performances from James McAvoy.
So in your research, did you find that people disliked Glass because they were expecting a horror movie or more of like a thriller that Split was?
Well, now we're going to get to the core of, and you'll understand this as soon as I say it, why I loved it and why everyone else hated it. Because the movie is billed as a superhero movie, and it ultimately ends up being a movie about people having conversations about superheroes.
But that's fascinating and wonderful, though.
Well, yeah, but that's the type of nonsense I think rules. And then other people are like, why aren't they punching each other?
Yes.
And I'm like, well, because it's sometimes you just need to have a good hang. Shout out Amy Poehler.
A good hang. Oh, you keep referencing A Good Hang. Is that like her podcast?
Yeah, she has a podcast called Good Hang.
Okay, I was like, is she a good hang?
I should be open and honest about this. I am angling to appear on Good Hang.
Okay.
So far, it's going poorly because she's mostly interviewing people who co-starred with her in movies and TV shows, and I was cut out of Parks and Rec. So odds are I'm not going to get the call.
I feel like her lead acting days are slowing down. Not that they're over, just I feel like she's doing other things. And so you're going to have less opportunities to get in beside Amy Poehler to have a good hang with Amy Poehler.
Well, my fingers are right now crossed on getting a role in Inside Out 3.
Possible?
What emotion do you think I should play that they haven't gotten into the world of Inside Out?
We were going to go the same way because I was going to ask you. You would be...
pedantic?
Yes. Probably pedantic, you know?
I can't wait for Inside Out 3. Pedantic, overwhelmed, sleepy,
grumpy, drowsy. I feel like
neurotic.
That's where I was going. I was trying to find a way to word the fact, because you're not an anxious person, but you do have a lot of feelings about things that cause you stress.
There is no world where I book neurotic over Larry David. Like, that is a first call, last call situation.
There's no world that Larry David says yes to the role.
You think that? You think Larry David, star of cryptocurrency commercials, doesn't like a good paycheck?
I didn't know he was doing crypto.
He did one of them for a Super Bowl commercial, immediately got sued and was like, I shouldn't have done it. Is that the worst Larry David impression of all time?
It might have been the worst Larry David impression. And however, though, that is the premise of a Larry David, like, Curb Your Enthusiasm episode, is that he does a crypto commercial and then immediately gets scammed by it.
Yeah. Who could have seen it coming? Who could have seen the crypto scam coming from miles and miles away?
So just be careful with your next crypto ads, Sam.
I mean, I'm trying. I'm trying to be so careful. I want to be good. I'm failing, but I want to be good.
I know. What emotion in Inside Out 3 would I be, Sam?
Hungry?
Hungry? God dang it. Yeah, most likely.
Snacky? Is there going to be a snacky emotion in Inside Out 3?
Because they had ennui, and they had anxiety, and What was the shy one? You saw Inside Out 2, correct?
I did see Inside Out 2, and
Yeah.
it was
It was fine.
You know.
Yeah, it was fine. It was cute.
on a scale from what I thought a glass was to what other people thought glass was. It was right in the middle.
Right in the middle for you?
Yeah.
Were you split on it?
Ah!
I'm sorry. Yeah. I can't remember any of the other emotions besides ennui and anxiety.
I mean, here's the thing they don't tell you about Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
The new ones don't matter except for anxiety.
No, she's the only one.
If your name's not Maya Hawke, get off the red carpet.
Yeah.
Get off the silver screen.
She does seem to be working quite a lot these days. Go her. Go Maya.
I got no problem with it. I think she's great in almost everything I've seen her in.
Perhaps she'll be in the fourth Unbreakable-Verse film. Unless it ends in a very certifiable ending, because I wouldn't know. I haven't seen it.
There's only one way for you to find out. Go to the movie's Wikipedia page. Iowa Debris played Envy, obviously, in Inside Out 2.
Right, of course.
And the other new emotions are, of course, anxiety, as we had previously addressed. And you've got embarrassment.
Embarrassment is the one I was thinking
Walter
of.
Hauser.
Yeah.
And I think that's the extent of the new emotions.
The new emotions? Yeah. I think you'd be guilt.
Man, I hate the Inside Out 3 when Riley goes to Catholic school.
You are collective white guilt. When she gets
Riley,
older.
you gotta post a black square. We need
You
this now.
have to.
It's what we have to do. Riley, you gotta post an Instagram story. We're nothing without it.
An infographic now, Riley. Repost a black comedian's best bit.
Google Chris Rock funny now.
something Richard Pryor.
I actually this week watched Richard Pryor live in concert, and nothing is more inspirational for me. Like I do think, of course, representation matters, and if you're not watching Richard Pryor's live in concert, you are not seeing proper representation for very sweaty people.
There is a lost art of comedians of old just sweating.
Dawson, I really think you should watch live in concert, because no one's ever killed as hard as Richard Pryor did in that special. Like he is meeting the moment in the biggest way possible. Seeing Richard Pryor in the 70s, I think everyone in that room, their lives were changed.
Yeah.
But also, at the beginning of the show, he is wearing a red shirt that is all the same color.
Yes.
And at the end of the special, that red shirt is again all the same color. Like 6 shades darker. And it slowly, it's like he starts and it expands.
Yeah.
It is. Last time we recorded an episode, I was wearing a blue sweatshirt. And I went through a similar thing where throughout the entire recording process, I just got sweatier and sweatier. And I was so embarrassed about it until I saw that special. And I was like, oh, it's not embarrassing. I am the next Richard Pryor.
You must be. And when you are fully able to just wet yourself, your entire sweater with sweat, that's how you know you're as funny as Richard Pryor.
So this is a tease ahead, because me and Dawson peek behind the curtain. We're recording a few episodes today. So look at if you're watching the video of this, which you can catch on YouTube or on Spotify, I believe. We'll see.
Who will take us?
Look at my sweatshirt now, and then tune into next week's episode and see how sweaty it gets. And I think on that note, thank you so much for listening. Please remember to follow, subscribe, share, review, all the things that you're supposed to do with podcasts. This has been Home Fries. I'm Sam.
I'm Dawson.
And remember that this episode is actually about the Unbreakable-Verse.